Very good. I'd like to welcome everyone to the July 20th, 2017 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Everyone, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. To my left is Vice President Commissioner Gary Merrill. To my right is Barb Lewis, fellow Commissioner, and our County Administrator Faizan Ahmed. And Sarah DeNova is our clerk today. So we'll go ahead and start.
Resolution number 17-762 in the matter of approving the electronic record of the proceedings from regular meeting held July 17, 2017.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-762. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We have no public or elected comment today. Resolution number 17-763 in the matter of approving purchase orders and announce certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CMA-PR 0719 and procurement card payments in batch numbers PCA 0719.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-763. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-764 in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-764. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-765 in the matter of rejecting all proposals for the project known as Delaware County EMS Master Plan and approving a revised request for proposals.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Good morning, Commissioners. Chief Schuler, Delaware County EMS. In the last RFP, we only received one proposal. We would like and recommend to, I would recommend to reject that bid simply because we would like to get more than just one. We've looked at other avenues of, I guess the easiest way to say is there's not a lot of consultants that do specifically this work. There's probably 10 to 15 that we're aware of in the United States. So to try to capture more of those RFPs, we would like to go to bid again on this.
Sounds like a good plan.
It's a great plan. I would love to get more than one.
Yeah.
I will say that the bid we did receive was very fair and equitable, I believe, and predominantly one of the best consultants in the United States, very world-renowned, literally world-renowned. But again, if you don't have anything else to compare it to or other variables, then I think we could be doing a little more prudence, I guess, is the way of looking at it. Yeah.
You anticipate this proposal, this company resubmitting as well?
I'm certain they will. I shouldn't say I'm certain. I think it's a very strong belief that they will. I think that, again, them being, this firm being one of the largest, and they kind of specialize in the county-based EMS systems, very popular in North Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, in areas like that throughout the United States.
Commissioner, I just wanted to add that we thought about this very carefully. As Chief Schuling says, this was a good proposal, and but we're not up against the clock. And we talked about this a lot. So, well, what is the harm in trying to get one or two more proposals? And it is possible that this might be the best proposal next time, or the only proposal next time. And if so, we'll probably, work with what we have. But at least for now, since we were not up against the clock, we thought it would be more prudent to try and re-advertise.
Sure. I think it makes sense.
Sure.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-765. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Resolution number 17-766 in the matter of awarding the bid to Electronic Specialty Company for the court facility integrated audio, visual, and digital reporting systems for Delaware County.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. We did receive two bids for the AV package for the new courthouse. One bid, which was actually the higher bid, was incomplete. It did not contain the bid bond. So the responsible bidder and actually the low bidder, Electronic Specialty Company, bid did come in higher than we were anticipated at $629,000, but it's a complete bid. Kristen Schultz with the Common Police Courts has checked the backgrounds, and we got very high recommendation from Belmont County, who's working with them currently. So we're recommending awarding this bid. Just so you know, this bid encompasses the court recording software for all 3 main courtrooms and 6 hearing rooms, the audio systems, and also the evidence presentation systems in the courtrooms. They're all linked together, and the bid was set up so that we'll have one point of contact, one main contractor in this bid. That probably led to a little bit of the increase in the cost. It just also is the complexity of all these systems and tying them together. These are the systems that the judges actually preferred. So, again, recommending awarding the bid and proceeding.
Okay, all right, vote.
Vote on motion 17-766. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-767, in the matter of approving change order number 010 to the contract manager contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Lend Lease U.S. Construction Incorporated for the Sandusky Street Courthouse and related parking facility.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Again, bringing forward another change order which encompasses 19 different change order requests that we have gone through. There's a combination. There are a few design errors that the architect will give us credit on their next invoice. Again, dealing with the tight time schedule and the quick design process, we do have several omissions in the details of the design which pop up as change orders when they have to make revisions and provide those details after the bid is complete. So, again, we've thoroughly gone through these change order requests and recommending approval.
All right, vote.
Vote on motion 17-767. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Next, Jen.
Resolution number 17-768, in the matter of approving an engagement letter to designate Jonathan Downs and Zashin and Rich Company, LPA, as the Delaware County Board of Commissioners employer representative pursuant to RC 4117.04 for the purpose of negotiating between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and the IAEP Local R-7-11 NAGE-SEIU.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Yeah, repeat that.
Yeah, I think Sarah said it all. I'm recommending your approval of this morning. John Houston, Assistant County Administrator. This letter of engagement will allow us to negotiate between our EMS union, allowing Jonathan Downs with Zashin and Rich to be our employer representative. The rates are the same as they were last year, so we would recommend your approval of this resolution.
And they've done this he's done this for a number of
Yes.
years. I happened to be here when they changed companies, and we made that transition, so
Yes.
at least 4 or 5 plus what it was with the other company.
Correct.
Offer.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 17-768. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Resolution number 17-769, in the matter of approving a request for competitive sealed proposals for residential and non-residential inspection services.
So moved. Second.
Second.
Discussion.
Take your choice.
Good morning, Fred Fowler with Code Compliance. As you know, we periodically have a need for outsourced inspection help, more so the last couple of months, and we would like to get your approval today to proceed with advertising for proposals from outsourced agencies or firms to provide this service in the future for our department.
How are you coming on replacing the vacancies, or filling the vacancies that you do have?
We are working with Frazan and Human Resources on getting that updated so that we can update our advertisements for getting people on board. So I think we're moving in the right direction and just need to get the advertisements out and hopefully have some good applications received when we recruit.
Vote.
Vote on motion 17-769. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 17-770, in the matter of approving a supplemental appropriation, transfer of appropriation, and transfer of funds.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Any comments, eh?
Nope. All right.
think we've all been briefed on the transfer, or the issue, so, we'll take a vote.
Vote on motion 17-770. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
That brings us to administrative reports.
Last week, Commissioners, a few representatives from Nationwide came to meet with me and Bob Lamb, and they wanted to express some concern about the uncertainty of the Southern Interchange and the fact that they cannot make concrete development plans. And beyond listening to them and appreciating the fact that they do have a concern, there's not much that Bob and I could have added to that conversation. We did ask them to reach out to ODOT and discuss it with them, just like another developer in that area reached out to Commissioner Merrill, and then they were able to go and talk to
And
ODOT.
that meeting was very helpful. I think it reassured that developer, right?
And I think that's beyond doing that and beyond facilitating that conversation, we really don't have any answers to that. That's all I have.
Yeah, I think the public does think it's our project, but it really is not our project. So there is that confusion. Right, Commissioner Merrill?
You know, I really don't have anything. I just make one comment. You know, we've all got these emails from all the vendors at the convention this weekend for the county commissioners, and one of them alluded to the fact that if you do streaming or whatever, you're supposed to have within 12 hours captioned or something. First I'd heard of that. Now, that's a vendor talking. Don't know if there's any legitimacy to that or not, but I did ask Razan to look into that, just so we know what the legalities are and if we are deviating, what we should do to correct it. Hopefully it doesn't mean we have to start taking minutes or incur some huge costs, but anyway, I just asked him to look into it. I'm sure you saw the same vendor. We've had about 20 of them, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's all I have.
Okay. Commissioner Lewis?
The NACO National Convention starts tomorrow at the Convention Center in downtown Columbus. So yesterday, Commissioner Merrill and I went to a lunch, a MORPC lunch, Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Lunch, which featured the, actually, I shouldn't say we were guests at their table. It was actually a Columbus Metropolitan Club lunch. But anyway, it featured Commissioner O'Grady from Franklin County, and then a commissioner from a very small 4,500 person county in Oklahoma, whose main interest was transportation. And very, very interesting. And then also the executive director of NACO spoke on.
And I think she said it's the largest geographically county in Oklahoma. I believe she said that.
Yes, I believe so.
And revenue-wise, they're like 68 out of 77 counties.
Yes.
So very low. 4,500 is not a lot of people. And they talked about all the bridges. She talked about all the bridges, substandard bridges, and
Yes.
which is unbelievable for it.
Yeah, they had to
200, I
close.
think it was, wasn't it? 200 that considered substandard?
It was, I don't remember the exact number, but many bridges just had to be closed because they didn't have the money to fix them. So, boy.
Anywhere near your hometown?
No, it's up in the northern part of the state, where Ponca City wouldn't mean anything to you, but it's where Conoco used to be headquartered, but that's the county. I think it was Grant County. I wasn't familiar with the county by name, but I did ask her.
It was, I think, Grant.
And Ponca City's I identified with, and she was her third or fourth term, I think it was, and very, very knowledgeable and
Very good. I mean, really a sharp commissioner.
a good comparison between her, Small County,
Yeah.
and Mr. O'Grady from
Franklin.
Franklin County.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
pretty disparate.
Right. And Justice and Public Safety Committee meets tomorrow and then Saturday, and I'm on a panel with Commissioner Brown, and they graciously invited me to be on their panel.
Stepping up?
Stepping up. It talks about, actually, yes, because justice and public safety has stepping up under it. And also, they wanted specifically for me to talk about collaboration between the counties. So that's great, because Franklin County's been wonderful with their help in stepping up, and they've been a real pioneer in putting that program in effect. So Cassie Neff from the Sheriff's Office will be there, and then the Sheriff will actually speak on stepping up on Sunday, Sheriff Martin. So yeah, should be a good convention, runs through Monday. A lot closer than last year's convention. Yeah, that's it.
Just the NACO conference obviously is the big thing in the coming days. It runs Friday through Monday, as mentioned. There's one vendor I was particularly intrigued by, talking about online contracts and procurement software, that program that they have, that a government person invented or created. I'm not sure what. So that will be interesting to follow up on that one.
Yes.
I am on the Finance, Pensions, and Intergovernmental Affairs Committee, and we're meeting tomorrow most of the day, so that should be very interesting. One topic is that they have on their agenda to approve is a resolution of support of Dodd-Frank, the Dodd-Frank bill, and I intend to speak against that, because Dodd-Frank is just one example of how community banks in particular are being just overwhelmed by regulation. Dodd-Frank, as we all know, was created because of the meltdown of the financial services industry, subprime being the leading cause. And so Dodd-Frank was created, and the community banks, who really did not create the crisis, are impacted dramatically by it, and it just makes it that much more difficult to be a community bank, which are great local organizations for these communities. So they are uniquely hurt by it because they have to follow it. So anyway, we got that. The general session on Monday, Lou Dobbs is speaking.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
On Monday, so that should be very interesting. Piper Kerman, who is the author of The Orange is the New Black, is speaking as well. Today at lunch, I'm going to the Chamber third Thursday. I don't know if Gary and Barb's going to. Okay, all three of us will be there. But anyway, I thought this was really interesting. It's the state of the townships, and 3 townships are being represented by their administrators. As we all know, the administrators have a key role in local government. And it's Orange, Liberty, and Berkshire. And so the Lee Bodenar, Matt Huffman, and Jeff George will all be speaking. And I think it just reflects well on those 3 townships. They're very busy, they're growing, they're very active. They've got really good administrators, so it's very interesting to hear what they have to say. Last topic is the British Open has started. So for those of you who didn't set your DVRs, it has already gone about 8 hours now already.
And who's leading?
So, I don't know at this point. And I'm taping it, so I don't want to know. I want to.
You don't want to know.
Exactly. So anyway, if you want to catch it tomorrow, you're going to have to get up at 1:30 in the morning to watch.
Probably based on that statement, I should share something with you, because I know you want to call your wives. And Lincoln Riley will be on ESPN today on 2 or 3 shows in Connecticut, so the new head coach of Oklahoma. So I know you're going to want to take that. And or you can come to my house and listen to it later.
I'll listen again.
What's he accomplished so far?
He hasn't lost.
That's true. He hasn't won either. Okay, well, we won't deteriorate the conversation anymore. We do have a need for executive session.
Resolution number 17-771, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment dismissal, compensation of a public employee or public official.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote.
Vote on motion 17-771. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye. You hesitated.
All right. I'll be right there.
All right.
Copy.
We are in executive session.